Imagine a car factory that runs in the dark. No lights on, no workers in sight. Just hundreds of robots operating in perfect sync, day and night, non-stop. It sounds like science fiction, but it's real. This is happening right now in China. These are the so-called dark factories, environments so automated that humans are barely needed. In fact, theoretically, the lights don't even need to be on, because in there, machines are in charge. But what is behind this silent revolution? What is China's plan with this hyper-automation? And what does it mean for the future of the global automotive industry? For decades, China was known as the world's factory. Cheap labor and mass production were the pillars of its industrial growth. But times have changed. Labor costs have gone up, and factory owners needed a way to stay competitive. The answer? Robots. Lots of them. With automation advancing rapidly, factories like ZEEKRs have emerged. ZEEKR is a Chinese luxury electric car manufacturer founded in 2021. Its vehicles can cost up to $125,000, and its main factory, located in northeastern China, is already capable of producing 300,000 cars a year. That's more than 800 vehicles a day, a feat that took Tesla over a decade to achieve. And the most impressive part is how it's done, with robots. Dozens, even hundreds, each performing tasks with surgical precision, speed, and efficiency. Of course, some tasks still require a human touch, like the delicate assembly of the car's internal wiring. And human technicians are still needed to monitor and maintain the robots. But the trend is clear. Fewer people, more machines. And ZEEKR isn't alone in this race. According to the International Federation of Robotics, in 2023, half of all industrial robots installed worldwide were in Chinese factories. That's right, half. Since 2015, when President Xi Jinping launched the Made in China 2025 initiative, the country has been heavily investing in transforming itself from a global factory into a high-tech manufacturing powerhouse. The goal is clear: produce domestically what the country needs, reduce dependence on Western technology and components as much as possible, and become a major exporter of high-tech goods. And robotics are at the heart of this strategy. But not everything is smooth sailing. China's rapid rise in the electric vehicle sector, boosted by generous state subsidies and cheap loans, has set off alarm bells in the United States. For automakers like Ford and General Motors, competing with this level of efficiency and low cost is an uphill battle, especially when facing high battery prices, slow EV charger rollouts, and elevated labor costs in the West. In China, the reality is quite different. With more flexible labor laws and virtually no union activity, there are far fewer obstacles to automation. This allows companies to move fast, cut costs, and boost productivity without major roadblocks. The result? A true flood of electric cars. Today, Chinese automakers produce more EVs than all other companies in the world combined. But despite this massive output, most of these vehicles are sold only within the Chinese domestic market. That's because Western countries have imposed barriers to prevent a mass influx of these products. Even nations with friendly ties to China, such as Brazil, countries in the Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia, are cautious. They worry about the impact of a flood of Chinese goods on their local industries. And here lies a dilemma. If China can produce more, faster, and cheaper, but can't sell abroad in the same proportion, what will they do with all that excess production? The risk of overproduction is real, and it could further drive down global prices, threatening the survival of Western car manufacturers. Even so, companies like ZEEKR remain confident. They believe that China's own domestic market has the capacity to absorb this volume. And with a population of over 1 billion people, they might be right. What is clear is that the global automotive industry is changing fast. China is positioning itself not just as a car factory, but as a factory of innovation. And while the rest of the world scrambles to adapt, the future is being shaped by robots working in the dark. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone interested in supply chain, manufacturing, and its impact on the global economy.